I'm still on G minor here. There we go. Hello, everybody. I got Mark back again. Yay.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Shelia Lee and
Mark
Ropel. We're with Houston Accordion Performers, Heritage Arts Productions, and we're here for session 7 today.
Wow.
Yeah, see how many you missed out on?
Wow. Almost missed a day.
All right, I have no idea what order that goes in. I'll stick it over here and we'll put it back in. You notice that was the theme from MASH, and yes, we're learning that today. So hopefully you have been out and you printed off your handout for today. And yes, last minute I did add up page 2 of Champagne Polka. And if we have time at the end, because we have a lot we're doing today, we'll start on page 2. So today we're really concentrating on the key of F. I think MASH is the only, that song there, was that the key of C? Nope, yeah, that was in C. I think it was the only song we're doing today in the key of C. So everything else is in F. So true to our form, I got to show the people. Remember, we're doing book 3, and we're going to do 2 songs out of here today, because they're both little bitty ones. One is that Alouette, little bass duet thing, and the other one's Vogelbolt. So, like I said, we're going to sneak those in while we're doing all these other fun songs today.
We've got some good songs today. I give you credit. I like some of these.
Yeah, you zeroed in on Hey Jude, and then when you found out I had Suicide is Painless in there.
I like both of those. Yeah.
So basically, you've noticed I've got 4 additional songs today. I really sincerely think we can get through them. And if you notice, 3 of them are labeled duet, because we're going to be building our own duets. This is the way me and Mark play when we jam together. He'll take the melody the first time and I'll do chords, and then I'll take the melody and he does chords. We just pass it back and forth. Well, I've learned that I can't just show you the chords. I'm writing them out now for you. But at least I'm only doing some. I'm still making you do it on your own. So to start with today, we're going to do the 2 octaves on F, and then since we know that we're doing songs in the key of F, what are the 3 main chords in F? It'll always be the bass above and the bass below. So we're going to do the F scale, the C scale, and the B flat scale. So start with C. Now C, no excuse, both hands. And remember our new fingering. 2, 4, 2, 3, then 2, 4, 2, 3. There it is. Yep, I got it. So now, C first, 2 octaves. Okay? You've got that white thing covering me up there. I can't see it there, Will. Okay, ready? Go. 1, 2, 3. Remember, we're going slow on purpose, right? Because we know what's coming next. Ready? Oh, we did it! Usually I mess up the basses somewhere. F then. Now remember, F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 when we're doing 2 octaves. So go to F and pretend like you're on C bass and use exactly the same fingering. Okay, ready, go. Now thumb under. I have to look. You're not looking at all. Speed. Now really we should end with a chord. So we're getting the chord on our hand, yeah. Okay, B flat. Now, you fight me on this fingering. But because 4 always goes on B flat, you might as well start with 4 on B flat. 2 octaves. 3 will be on E flat, 4 will be on B flat. Then when you go under. Ready, go. trouble. Are you trying to race? Jeez. Oh, chord. Oh, B flat. B, D, F, B. Yeah. Remember, we don't know many, we haven't practiced many black chords. You know, so every time we have the opportunity, we need to do it. All right, cool. So now we've done the chords. We've done them in 2 octaves, and we've done in, supposedly you did both hands. We were doing it because we're used to it. We're, you know, you don't do a scale without left hand. So I'm now on the page 3, and what we're going to do is we're setting ourselves up for Alouetta. I'm going to give Mark the first page, and I'll take the second page. Basically, if you look at the 2, you can turn this into a solo. The first part has the first 2 measures. The second part has measure 3 and 4.
Okay.
Until you get to the sound effects. Now, look at your page close. By the way, Mark's blind today. He just got back from the eye doctor, so his eye's all wacky. You might want to look at it close. We've got a clickety-click-click, and we've got an air button.
Oh, well.
Look at that. See that in there? We get to go shift, 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 like they want to hear the click. See that?
Uh-huh.
And then they want to hear the air button go ch-ch-ch. Because you know Alouetta's got all the noise
That's
effects, right?
something you put in there?
No, I didn't. Mr. Palmer did that.
Oh, okay.
So you got to be ready for the clickety-click. You got to do it in rhythm. That's kind of like our rhythm exercise.
Okay.
You guys got out of a rhythm exercise today. But we're really going to have some rhythm issues later.
Right.
So that's kind of why I gave them a break. So now, we're going to play it right off the bat, but I want you to review. You notice I even changed the fingering on some of them so that it matches our C major scale fingering. So we're comfortable with it. So you ready to take it right off the bat? So when you're reading it, you're going to take a measure or 2 at a time, get comfortable with the basses. You know the songs, so you know if you blow it. So you want to try to sight read it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, he's going to do first, I'll do second. Okay, ready, go. Those first 2 notes are an 8th note.
What did I do?
You went 2 quarter notes.
Oh,
Try it again. Dun
Okay.
dun. Thank you. Then. Now you have to switch them because if you hit the same one twice, you're just not going to have a click. So in other words, pick something you don't even have shifted already.
mine doesn't make any noise.
You don't make any noise? Our electronics here don't make any noise.
No.
So we'll go.
Okay.
How's that?
Click, click, click.
Okay, so we'll start right on the click, click, click. You start. Ready? You can do it first.
Click, click, click.
And then I go click, click, click.
Why am I doing that?
I don't know. It's 8
All right.
notes.
Okay, here we go.
And you said you never did that. You don't remember doing that when you had the book.
No.
Maybe because it was a duet and you didn't have a duet
Right.
partner. I had a sister, so we had lessons together, so we had to do the duet. But can
Maybe
you
they
see
need
how
to
to do it
change
as a
that.
solo?
Yeah.
And once you've done both parts, you can see how you can do it as a solo.
Right.
And that's kind of a cool, you know, so many people walk up to me on the street and stuff when I was playing on the street, and they look at your left hand and go, oh my golly, how do you play all those buttons? You need a little solo. Even if you just do that much.
Right.
It looks fancy. And they think, oh, she can do a solo over there too. So that's kind of cool. I like Alouetta. It makes for a cool little solo. Now, on page 6, we're talking about doing the F scale, the B flat scale, and the C major scale. Ding, ding. We've already done it, but let's do the chords with it right quick, because it even says to be sure and locate the C7th chord, because we need that. So if we're going to do the key of F, pretend like we just got through doing the scales. Key of F, your pinky goes on F. Now I'm going to use the higher F. I think you can still see it there. You can still see it. So I'm going to put, remember the key of F, pinky goes on F. So now show me the F chord, which is F, say the names, and when in doubt, pull out your chord chart. Remember I told you to always keep it handy. You got your chord chart. So now with your chord chart, we're going to go F, A, and C. Now, that is the one chord because we're in the key of F. The 4 chord will be the bass below it, which is B flat. So 5, so we're going to play B flat, D, and F. So 1, 3, and 5 will get it. Your 5 was already on F, so leave it there. No, use your thumb. Because remember, that's the way the other fingering works. Now go back to F, back to B flat. Stop that. Your 3's squinching out of the room. Actually, use your 3. Your 3 was sitting there. And if you get used to the fingering where it sits, and then any chord, no matter what key you're on, I mean, the fingering will always be the same. And that's what I'm trying to hone home here. It's the same. Okay, that was B flat. Now we need C7. Now we know C7th will be C, E, and remember we usually leave out the 5th and our thumb's on the B flat. Then back to the F. Cool. Now, there's a couple of more chords that are thrown in this next song, and they are G minor, G7th, G minor 7th, and we've not really learned those, but you're not going to believe what's going to happen. Anyway, and D7. So, ignoring where we are, let's learn the notes. So we got G major, 1, 3, 5, G, B, D. G minor, you take the middle guy down. Okay? Now, what do you do to any chord to make it a 7th chord? You take the name of the chord, which is G, down a whole step, or down a half step. Whole step. Down a whole step, yeah. So that technically is minor 7. Is that easy enough? So where was your G minor? G, B flat, D. Where was your G set? Oh, that was major, minor, and 7. So we can walk right through it. Now if we want real 7, come off the B flat. G, B. No, we were on the B flat. We were on the minor one. Now come off the B flat, and there's your major. If you want to get real, it could be G. Remember how it's those 2 and B, but if we're already sitting there, it's the only difference. Change, come off that B flat. Now, in Galway Bay, I actually gave you an exercise. Almost exactly what we just got through doing. So now read it. Your first note is your F major chord. The next chord is the B flat chord, which is your 4 chord. So 1, 3, 5, just what we just got through. Now the next one says G minor 7. We're on it. B flat major. Now remember the note you had a minute ago? When you spelled it out? We went F, B flat, D. Now B flat, D. That's also B flat. Is that cool?
Okay.
That's why I put those next door to each other so you can see. But now listen, put your basses with it. Show me B flat bass. Just hold it. Now put your D minor, is it D minor? G minor with it. That's G minor 7. Now let's make it a true C7. Look how, it's a real easy change to that C7. Now the next line goes back to, is that D?
G7.
Is that G7? I can't read my own. G7. Oh, okay. G7. Which is... So you saw just like a 1-note change. Put your left hand with it, it'll match it up, yeah. Then the next one is G minor 7 again. Now, when you see a minor 7, any multiple things for your left hand, you always, in the left hand you play the first chord. In this case it's G minor, so I'm going to play G minor. Then I'll add the 7th tone over here, which is the F. Now the next one is G minor. I'm putting the G on top. Then back to D7. Remember, D is D, F, A, and you have the C. So, we leave the fifth tone out. Now, what I did on the bottom of the page is I'm emulating the first part of the chords in Galway Bay. And instead of just going holding, like the first one says, hold the F major. The next one says it's G minor 7. The next one says C7. The next one says C7. The next one says back to F. Okay, but look what I've done. I'm rolling the chord. It's a combination of what we've been doing all along. So right now, just hold your chord so you know you're on the right bass. So just hold your left hand, bass and chord. Now let's play it. Ready, go. Then C7. Then back to C7. Back to F. Here we go again. Now go to D. Then G7's right there. Then F. Now, before I started teaching you chords and how to recognize them, you just would have read those notes and didn't even realize that was a chord. Am I right?
Right.
So that's the whole point. That's the reason I don't like to write it out for you. I'd rather you do it in your head. But yes, I'm being nice, per request. Oh, by the way, hello, Wanda from Australia, if you got up early this morning. It's early for her. It's 8 a.m. Well, 8 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning.
So now, with what we just did, I'm flipping the page to Galway Bay. Now, I left Galway Bay in true lead line form. In other words, that's exactly the way I copied it off of Wikiphonia. Oh, by the way, if you haven't discovered Wikiphonia, boy, you need to go out. It's WIKIFONIA dot, I think it's org.
Probably.
Yeah, it's probably .org. The music's free, and you can even change the key on it before you download it. That's even cooler. So now, Mark, can you remember the order? You want me to do the chords, or you want to do the chords?
You can do them.
Now, really, the first 3 lines that I wrote there on the bottom of that exercise is the first 2 lines on here. So the chord structure is the same, but just remember, all I'm doing is rolling the chord first, then holding it.
Okay, I'll play. You want me to play the lead on that?
Okay, you want to take lead on that? Now, have you heard Galway Bay?
No.
It's a beautiful Irish tune, and it's very. Let's do it first together. Let's sight read it so you can hear the melody. Just do a scan real quick. We've just hit all the chords. We got an F. We got the G minor 7th, then a C7, then an F, then a D7, then a G7, then a C. So we've already got the tonality in our ear, but it's extremely slow. It's kind of like a Danny Boy.
Oh, okay.
It's kind of like a Danny Boy. So let's do a cold sight reading. Okay, ready, go. Chords so bad. What's that? G, I'm sorry.
That's a pretty song.
Apologize. And I keep finding that as an F. Pretty
song.
Now you you notice I wasn't going bass chord, I was just holding it. That's why I didn't write out the part going. It sounds stupid doing that one, it wouldn't. That's why I've gone to the roll the chord and hold it as far as a recommended accompaniment. Now you heard Mark was doing some thirds in there and doing some other just playing around the melody.
Harmony.
You're playing a harmony on. Yeah.
I was doing it instead of.
You're catching the other.
I was just doing harmonizing.
So I'm not going to do it all, but let's do enough of it. You want to roll the chord? You want to do the melody?
I'll do melody.
Okay.
Pretty.
All right. Now, so I need to see the chord because I'm going to start with my pinky on F, and I'm going to follow the rules. Now I'm not looking at the exercise over there. I'm going to have to remember roll chord, roll chord. Okay, here we go. You got the left hand then.
So pretty.
So like I said, there's not much to the harmonizing on that one. And we just created an instant duet.
Yeah, we could do that anyway.
Yep. That is gorgeous.
Never heard it before, but it's pretty.
Now we're going to do the same thing with Hey Jude. I mean, identically the same thing we just got through doing. Now, let's do our normal thing with Hey Jude. Block out the chords. By the way, there's nothing new. I think it's every chord we just covered over there that were spelled out for Galway Bay is in this one. There's a G minor. I don't think there's a D7 anywhere, but there is a G minor. So let's take off from the beginning and let's just sight read it first so we can play the thing. And again, I left it in lead line form. So yes, I'm going to have to look close here. It's little bitty notes.
I'm blind in one eye.
You're fine. I tell you, we're both cripples today. Not too fast. Of course, Hey Jude ain't that fast of a song. So, okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Sorry about that. Well, we both did. Okay, here's where I give you permission. You have to understand on Wikiphonia, people have sent in their arrangements. Like one of my arrangements I could put up on Wikiphonia. So a lot of times the counting isn't the same. We were fighting this. So let your ear sing the song with you. Because I was already hearing some different counts in it. It's almost too square. You know what I'm saying? You need to have some fun with it. So as long as you keep your 4 counts in the measure, you can mess with it. So I'm going to come down here. I'm going to start, 1, 2, 3, the fourth line, last measure. And we're going to start messing with it. Now, we're going to do it, and we'll probably end up doing it identically the same way. We're going to play it identical to the way we're used to hearing it played. So right on the F, right there. Okay, ready, go. I'm used to that. Yeah. Now, here's the accompaniment I have suggested for it. Don't go squinting at it. Go